Hey, hi all. I'm just going to cover what is Gen AI in a detailed way. Actually, I'm just going to do a walkthrough for you all. So the topics which we are going to cover today is like first it is Python language. So then it is like Python string, LLM, LangChain and LangGraph, vector database and Chroma DB. Okay. So these are all the topics which we are going to do a walkthrough today. The first thing, just first let me explain you like we all might have learned about AI. Okay. Like see, this is on the upper part we have like AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, then inside we have like ML, which is machine learning, which I will be covering in the upcoming things actually. So the next thing which is like deep learning, so AI, machine learning, and inside we have like Gen AI. See, here we have Gen AI. Okay. So what is artificial intelligence? Actually, artificial intelligence is nothing but we are giving intelligence to the machine actually. So whatever like we are trying to do in the real world now, so we are giving those same sort of intelligence to the machine actually. So see, here it is like generative AI, generative introduction to generative AI. Let me explain what is machine learning. Machine learning is nothing but like we are making the machines to learn from the data. So we are feeding all those data, like whatever data which is in the world now, we are feeding all those things and we are just making the machine to understand like what is happening. Then deep learning, we need like calculus and mathematics to do deep learning. Okay, then it comes like generative AI. Generative AI is generating like text, image, audio, video. So it is generating on its own, right? By having all these things, it is generating on its own. Okay. So okay, first we will move on to generative AI. It is a branch of artificial intelligence that enables machine to create new content. So as I told you before, it is a branch of artificial intelligence that enables machine to create new content, text, images, code, audio, and more. Okay, by learning pattern from existing data. So we will be feeding data to the machine learning. With that data, like it will generate text, images, code, audio, and more. Okay. So next, why we want to learn generative AI? Okay, high demand for Gen AI engineers and practitioners in the job market. So there is a high demand for AI engineers nowadays. Like nowadays, AI is one of the most predominant field, right? So we need AI engineers more. So enabling built-in intelligent chatbot, co-pilots, and automation tools. Okay. Like in the next video, I'll be covering how to build a chatbot using RAG technology. Okay. For now, like we are just going on only on a theory basis. Foundation for understanding cutting-edge AI product like ChatGPT. These are all like LLM models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. These are all LLM models. By using all these LLM models, we are just texting and we are just getting the output from it. Okay. Next, core technology stack. The Gen AI ecosystem revolves around a set of core technology that works Python, LLM framework, LangChain. This is front end. Python, like we can use Python for front end. Like Streamlight, we are using Python. Okay. Next thing is LangChain and LangGraph, which I will be covering in the upcoming pages. Okay, so it is a framework actually. Next, we are using vector database to store the data. Then we are creating applications. Okay, actually the Streamlight should come here actually. 1 minute. The Streamlight should come with the first. We are creating applications and we are by using the Streamlight we are accessing those applications. Okay. Um, Next we will be moving on to the Python language. Python language. Python is a primary programming language. Python is also a language like Java, C, C++. It is also a language. Okay. So it is a programming language for AI and machine learning. It is simply readability and rich ecosystem makes it good choice for Gen AI development. Okay. Python is the predominant programming language for Gen AI development. So Python is very important. For example, if you want to develop a Gen AI application, like Python is mandatory. Without knowing Python, we can't develop. Okay. Why Python for Gen AI? Extensive libraries. Python has extensive libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and SkyPy. Dominant languages for ML languages, ML framework. So these are all the frameworks: TensorFlow, PyTorch, Hugging Face. These are all like open source and free. It is free to use actually. Hugging Face, Olama. For example, Olama is also a free framework. Wait, I'll show you. So this is free and open source LLM. So here we can access like what kind of LLM. For example, if I want to access like Cogito 2.1 LLM, I can access from here. For example, if I want to access Llama 3, I can access it as free of cost. We don't want to pay anything for it. Like companies and all, they use us like high level LLMs, like what to say, Llama 3.2 something. They pay for the LLM and they use. What is the difference between like paid LLM and unpaid? Means this consists of like only basic things, only like basic data it holds. Like for example, when it comes to paid LLM, it has like large number of data. That is what the difference between these like free and paid versions. Okay, fine. Let's go on with key Python concepts to master. Let's go on with integrates seamlessly with LangChain, OpenAI, SDK, and Anthropic. Anthropic means cloud. Okay, cloud is what Anthropic. So next we will be going on with the key Python concepts to master. Okay, what are all the concepts we need to master? For example, if you are starting with Python, you need to master data types, control flow functions, and modules, which I will be covering in the upcoming videos. Okay. Next, you need to cover object-oriented programming, classes, inheritance, and polymorphism. Next, it comes to file handling, JSON parsing, and API conception with request. Okay, asynchronous programming, then working with environment variables and .env. .env files I will cover. Okay. Next, it is virtual environment and package. Inside that .env only you will upload inside this .env file only, like you will upload API keys and all you will do for LLMs. Like I told you now, like companies they use like paid LLMs. For paid LLMs, like the developer used to give API key for it. With that API key only we can access those LLMs. Without API key, we wouldn't be accessing those LLMs. Okay. So okay. Next, when it comes to essential libraries like OS, SOS, .env, these and all we use like import OS, import .env. So like this we will use HTTPX. We use in the front end. Okay, HTTP calls and LLM APIs. So pydantic data validation, typing, then JSON. Okay, JSON is a famous framework, like famous library JSON. Okay, Python Streamlit, like when it comes to a front end, we always use Python. We don't want to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all. We can directly use the Streamlit and we can build our application. So Streamlit, what is a Streamlit? Streamlit is an open source Python framework for rapidly building interactive web applications. For example, if you want to build a web app, you just don't want to go and learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript from scratch and all. You can directly use Python Streamlit to build your front end application. Example, I will show you one thing. Okay. Okay, let's use Copilot to build a simple Streamlit. Let me type. So see, it started building this app.py. We can directly access, like if I run this app.py means it will run this first program, my first Streamlit app, welcome to my simple app. So instead of writing HTML, CSS and JavaScript, we are using Streamlit to create a front-end application. So which I will show you, I will execute and I will show you in the next video. Okay, fine. Then core streamline features. Core streamline features is st.chat message. These are all the keywords which we use within the program. st.chat message, for example, like I will show you. See, here we are using st.write. Here we are using st.title. This is the title of our app, and this it will write welcome to my simple app. And when we are executing now, it will show like this. Okay, fine. Common GenAI app patterns in Streamlit, chatbot with memory. So common GenAI app, for example, here I have built a simple app called like my first Streamlit app. Here I have built like this now. So if you are trying to build an application, you can build a chatbot with memory. Then a RAG application you can build, documentation summarization. Then prompt playground also you can build. So here I have built a simple RAG application which I will show you like how to build in the upcoming videos. Okay, for example, if I'm running this, I am running this RAG application. It will take some time. Okay. When it is getting executed now, I will show you. Okay. Then large language models. Large language models or deep learning models trained on massive amount of text data. So first, what is LLM? LLM is a brain of the AI. Okay. So whatever you type, like LLM is going to analyze your input and it is going to give you output. So they understand and generate human-like text from and text and form of the brain. Okay. So these LLMs also a kind of brain which will visualize, which will analyze all your inputs and it will give a prompt output. Okay. Now, virtually every modern Gen AI application, how LLM works based on the transformer architecture. This LLM works. Okay. Behind the LLM, transformer architecture is there. For example, if you are typing something in ChatGPT, those whatever you type now, this LLM will take that things as input and it will think started thinking of. For example, you are asking ChatGPT like what will be the weather tomorrow, so it will take your input and it starts thinking. This LLM only does all those works. So it will predict and it will give you output. So let's see. It is taking some time. Okay, fine. Once it get executed, now we will get like this. Yeah, it got executed. So see, here I am giving how to log into our web page. First thing. See, it will show to log in. Open the web page and click on the login button. Enter your registered username and password and click sign in to access your account. It is showing the same thing. See, I have given this text document as input to the RAG model and it is printing me this message. Okay. It will ask like what type of question you want to ask, and after that it will analyze. Those LLM will analyze and it will give us the answer. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, next key LLM concepts like for example, if you are learning LLM, so these are all the concepts you want to cover: tokens, context window, temperature, system prompt engineering, fuse. Prompt engineering is one of the important thing which you want to cover. Okay. Fuse or prompting, chain of thought, these are all the things you want to cover. And things popular LLMs. So OpenAI, ChatGPT 4, GPT 4 Turbo. So these are all the popular LLMs available in the market. Anthropic Cloud, I told you before. Cloud is what so Google Gemini, Meta Llama 3, Mistral. So these are all the popular LLMs. Okay. LLM APIs. What are all the APIs? Open API, Anthropic API is there. Hugging Face, it is free of cost. You can use it. Olama, run LLM locally on your machine. So Olama, I showed you now like Olama website. You can run like whatever LLM you can run. So these are all the topics which I will be covering in the upcoming videos. Okay. So LangChain and LangGraph. So Streamlight. How we use Streamlight in the front end. Likewise, we use LangChain and LangGraph in the back end. This is like two huge topic it is. So as of now, I will tell you just a basic thing. Okay, LangChain is the most popular open source framework for building applications powered by language models. It provides abstraction, integration, and tools for changing LLM calls. Okay. LangChain, LangGraph is built on top of the LangChain. Okay, LangChain is a popular framework actually. Using LangChain and LangGraph only will be connecting those application to the backend. Okay, LangChain core concept. So if you want to learn LangChain, you have to cover all these things: chains, prompts, memory, retrievers, agents, tools, callbacks. Okay, RAG with LangChain. Just now I showed you a RAG model. So this RAG, it is an on-prem model. So I'm just taking this user question as input and I'm just printing the output. So this is what RAG with the LangChain, retrieval augmented generation, is the most common LangChain pattern. It combines a vector database retrieved with an LLM. Okay, load document using document loaders. So for example, here I used text input. Okay, likewise you can use PDF, Web, CSV, Notion, like that. You can use like any type of application you want. Okay, like any type of source file you want. Okay, split text into chunks. What this will do, this will split those text into chunks. It will split all those text into chunks, and those chunks are converted into vectors. Okay, those vectors, see, embedded chunks are stored in a vector database. For example, we have like four chunks are stored in a 4 vector bases. Okay, Retrieve relevant chunks from a user query. For example, if you are giving this, for example, this is a chunk. You just imagine this as one chunk. For example, if I am giving a first question, it will take from the first chunk. Okay. If I am giving this third one, it will take from the third chunk. Okay. So everything it is stored in a vector database. Okay, retrieve relevant chunks from the user query. Okay, pass retrieve context of query to the LLM for answer key generation. Okay, fine. Pass retrieve concept means, for the example, this is chunk 1. See, this is chunk 1. It will take from here the second one. Why? Because like not to miss anything. It is chunk 2. It is chunk 2. Again, it will take from here. Again, why it is taking from in between means like not to miss anything. Like for example, if there are like 1000 pages, so it should not miss any sort of word or any sort of sentence. Next, it will take from here. This is like chunk 4. This is chunk 4. So this is how it works. It will take text from the chunks and it will print the output. Okay, fine. Next, we will be moving on into LangGraph. LangGraph extends LangChain by enabling stateful multi-step AI workflow modeling as graphs. Okay, LangGraph, it is a workflow like from start to end. Okay, fine. LangGraph, like these are all topics that will come, like nodes, edges, state, cycles, human in the loop, streaming. So these are all the LangGraph topics. If I tell now, you wouldn't be able to understand. Like these are all the biggest topics which we'll be covering later on. Okay, so memory, a LangChain is a kind of memory. It will store all those memories. Agents are also comes under LangChain, actually tools callbacks. Next one, vector database. It is also a kind of database like SQL and Oracle DB. Okay, vector database or specialized database designed to store and efficiently search high-dimensional vector embeddings. These are all the backbone of semantic search and drag applications in Gen AI. So vector database is a backbone. Without the database, we can't store data. So that's the reason we are using vector database. Another database like Chroma DB also it is there. Chroma DB is also used to store data. Okay. So what are embeddings? Embeddings are numerical representation vectors. I told you now like what is vector. So these are all comes under vector. So vector. Okay, let's consider V as a vector. Okay. So how vector search works, these and all I will be covering in the later videos, like embed documents and store vectors in a database. Like I told you now, it will embed documents and store vector in a database, embed the user query using the same embedding model, find the top k most similar vector using ANN, approximate nearest neighbor. So this is what approximate nearest neighbor. So this is what it will take. Okay. Next, the key concepts is cosine similarity, HNSW, and metadata filtering, chunking strategy. So these are all the key concepts if you want to learn vector database. Popular vector database, as I told you now before, Chroma DB, Pipecone, Waviate, Quadrant, Fias is a very popular. Facebook AI and web research library. PG vector. So these are all the popular vector databases. Next comes Chroma DB. Chroma DB is open source AI native vector database designed for developers. It is also a kind of database. It is designed for developers to store data. It is the most popular choice for getting started with vector. So what are all the key features? In memory or persistent storage, most native language, LangChain integration, automatic embedding. So metadata filtering, collections, and lightweight. So these are all the topics under Chroma DB. Chroma DB with LangChain. Previously we saw like RAG with LangChain. Now we are seeing Chroma DB with LangChain. So these are all the important keywords. Chroma.form documents, AS.retriever, similarity search, persist. When to use Chroma DB, learning and prototyping RAG application. For example, if you are using on-prem application, then you can use Chroma DB. You can use Chroma DB in cloud as well, with local development without cloud dependency. Okay, fine. You should not use that Chroma DB in cloud. Okay, see. The local development without cloud dependency. Okay, next thing it is small to medium scale production use cases. Like you can use like small to medium scale production, like in high scale and all, they will be going on with the other databases. Okay, projects where simplicity and ease to set up a priority. So these are all the learning roadmap. For example, if you want to learn Gen AI from the scratch, you have to go on with this thing. First, you have to learn Python language. Under Python language, you have to cover syntax, loops, API files, input, output. Okay. Next, you have to go on with Python Streamlit. It is for front end. Okay. Next, large LLM you have to cover. Next, prompt engineering, vector database, Chroma DB, LangChain, LangGraph, Capstone project. Okay, full drag app with Streamlit plus LangGraph. It hardly takes like around 3 to 4 months to learn all these topics. So recommended projects and sources after learning Gen AI, what are all the projects you can, for example, if you are in a beginner stage, you can go with simple chatbot, like as I showed you now, RAG based chatbot. You can go with simple chatbot, you can go with PDF summarizer. See here I have uploaded a simple text message user question. You can upload a simple PDF and you can ask questions from it. Prompt template builder, you can use test different prompt styles. Python script to call an LLM API and format the response. So you can use Python script to call a LLM API. LLM is like a brain actually. LLM is like a brain for generative AI. You can try all these projects. An intermediate project like RAG chatbot, Q&A, over your own PDF. So here I have used a simple text file. Actually you can use PDF, you can use like 36 page 46 page PDF and you can build a RAG chatbot, multi-turn conversation agent with persistent memory, CSV analyzer, upload data, ask natural language questions, and resume reviewer. You can create resume reviewer as well. Compare resume against job description. You can create this as well. So advanced projects. So advanced project, it takes like around like 15 to 20 days to build actually. So what are all advanced projects here? You can build multi-agent research assistant using LangGraph. Agentic coding assistance with tool use. For advanced project, you have to be very good with LangGraph and LangChain. You have to be very good with it because advanced projects and all, like you are going to play with the real world applications. So you need to know about LangGraph and LangChain very thoroughly. Agentic coding assistance with tool use. Knowledge based chatbot with hybrid search. Production RAG pipeline with evaluation and observability. In the upcoming videos, I will show you like how to create beginner project. I will take one project from this and I will show you like how to create. Okay. So these are all the learning resources you can go. LangChain documentation like python.langchain.com. If you type this, it will show LangChain documentation. Wait, I will show you. So see here you can learn about LangChain, LangGraph also. If you go here, it will show you thinking in LangGraph. So see, it is showing the proper flow diagram. It is connecting all those agents in one thing and it will predict the output at the end. Okay, so it is showing very clearly. See, right from start to the end. Reading email, clarifying intent, bug track, doc, and draft reply. These are all interconnected. Okay. Chroma DB documentation. If you want to learn more about Chroma DB, you can go docs.trychroma.com or cookbook.openai.com, deeplearning.ai. So you can use all these resources and you can learn. Yeah, okay, fine guys, that's all for today's video. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.